Not covered due to the act of God. Most of us might already be aware of this term. And yes, in most cases, it is not possible to completely avoid natural disasters, but the loss of life and capital can be minimized to a great extent by appropriate, extensive pre-awareness and post-calamity management. So in this video, our team, you know who, are going to provide an innovative set of solutions by creating proper awareness of likely disasters and its impact by developing a suitable warning system, disaster preparedness, and management of disasters through application of information technology tools. Another point to note would be, during a natural disaster, the primary device that actually forms the basis for all our needs are mobile phones. We have therefore opted to go for Android application as a primary device. Now, to tackle all these situations, we have split our application into three main modules to obtain specific objectives. First, disaster prediction, second, offline services, and third, disaster management. All of which we will walk you through in this video today. If you would like to download our Android application, you can either go to our website or download from our GitHub repo. Now let's get into what our team has built. Our application name is Epiphany, and firstly you'll be prompted with the splash menu. After this, you'll be shown a set of instructions which will give you a brief overview of what our app does. From here, you'll have to register yourself. So once you're done registering yourself, you can sign in. This is the homepage UI that caters to the disaster prediction aspect. This has been carefully designed to accommodate risk factors for your location. Each disaster card gives you a probability of the risk you have towards a particular disaster. For example, the cyclone disaster card tells me I'm 42% likely to face a cyclone in the upcoming days for my location, Surat, India. Now, how exactly does it work? We extract information relevant for first responders from tweets generated during disasters in real time, as well as enable analysis after disaster has occurred. The pipeline consists of three parts: classification, clustering, and extraction. In the classification phase, we use a variety of classification methods, SVM and logistical regression, to identify tweets reporting damage or casualties. In the clustering phase, we use filtering to merge tweets that are similar to one another, and finally, in the extraction phase, we extract tokens and phrases and apply NLP on that, which report specific information about different classes of infrastructure damage, damage types, and casualties, passing these to Naive-based classifier for each specific event to get the disaster probability prediction value for region. And finally, this is how we get our prediction scores. Now, clicking on any of the disaster card gives me specific details on all the real-time data for the particular disaster happening or have occurred most recently. Clicking on any of the events gives me expanded information like the intensity, population affected, and the description of the disaster. We have also incorporated geographical information system for mapping analysis of natural disasters geographically. It provides live updates on natural disasters from a wide range of organizations and satellites to plot the result on a global map with detailed description at each point on the map. You can currently see in India major natural disasters and also further information regarding it. We have the offline services, wherein we have the offline internet and the Wi-Fi mesh. So starting off, we have offline internet, wherein we can access the internet via just text messages. So here we are inputting Microsoft, which it sends a request to the server mobile, which it receives right now, and sends back a message to the client mobile after scraping the data from the internet via a boilerplate service. Now we have Wi-Fi mesh. Wi-Fi mesh is a peer-to-peer connection between mobiles and helps multiple mobiles communicate without actually having data connection. So as you can see here, discovery mode is on and it's trying to detect the mobile. The host mobile is trying to detect. Connected. The host mobile has detected the client mobile as well. And now we type in a message. the message is now received by the client mobile. This can be further extended to multiple mobiles, which can help form a mesh from which mobiles can connect without actually having a connection, thus facilitating communication being offline. So next we get on to the disaster management part of the application. So firstly is the ER zone. In a calamity-struck zone by red alerts, disasters, ER zone provides a very efficient and prominent way of navigation by augmenting all kinds of places on the camera overlay, providing composite view. This provides a holistic overview for the affected people by guiding them towards appropriate healthcare, food service, or shelter that may have got destroyed due to disasters. The user's bearing to a distance from each nearby location is calculated in real time as the device's location and orientation changes. Next, we move on to our next feature, which is the volunteer shelter. Volunteer shelters help users who are safe and capable to volunteer their home as shelter. Other users can locate and get direction to the nearby shelters, and users can get to know if their family members are safe in some other shelter. The map provides a holistic view of all the nearby shelters. It also provides a list of all the shelters nearby. You can also get direction to any of the nearby centers. The next feature we move on to is Find a Victim. Find a Victim helps us find people who are missing using the Microsoft Vision API. As you can see, we selected a person and it has been found database. So that's pretty much from our side, and we thank Microsoft Code Fondue for providing us this opportunity. And this is Team Yunahu signing off.